Welcome to Simply Natural. In today's video, we're going to be talking about interval walking. Walking is a very popular type of exercise when it comes to losing weight because it's very easy to do and almost anyone can do it. Now, introducing intervals is a great way to improve the effectiveness of your walks. Now, the way it works is this: instead of walking at a steady pace throughout your entire walk, what you're going to do is you're going to alternate between low intensity and higher intensity intervals. You're going to repeat that throughout the whole walk. The benefits of this type of training are as follows. First of all, you're going to burn considerably more calories. You're going to burn considerably more fat. It's going to improve your cardiovascular health, the health of your heart. You're going to avoid the plateau, and it's going to typically cut your walk time in half, and it's a lot more fun. It beats the boredom of walking at a steady pace the entire time. The most important benefit, though, would have to be the afterburn effect. High-intensity exercise has been shown to elevate your metabolism for up to 48 hours after your workout is done. This means you'll enjoy an increased metabolism while you're watching TV, while you're sleeping. You'll be burning extra calories and burning extra fat as a result of this type of high-intensity training. And the key point here is intensity. When you do something that's intense, this causes a hormone release in your body, and this is how you get results. Your body says, whoa, I wasn't prepared for this. It's going to send out some hormones, it's going to make some changes, it's going to burn some fat, build some muscle, and that's how you get results. If you do something that your body is used to, that's easy for your body, it doesn't really need to make any changes. And when you walk at the same pace, low and slow cardio is what I like to call it, your body adapts to that very quickly and your results are going to plateau. Really, you don't need to be afraid of intensity because intensity is relative. When I say intensity, I don't want you to think about, pumping weights or really pushing yourself to the point where you feel like your heart's going to explode. No, intensity for everyone is different. What's intense for you might not be intense for a professional athlete. And what's intense for my 80-year-old grandfather is probably not intense for you. But the point of it is that you're pushing yourself. And actually, talking about my grandfather, it's a funny story. About a couple months ago, he comes home from his walk. Well, he calls it a jog, but he goes out every morning. He's 80, I'm not even kidding. And he comes home and he goes, Luke, I know I'm getting old because while I was jogging, a woman was walking her dog and she passed me, So uh, even though for you his pace would probably be very slow, but for him he's pushing himself. When he gets back, he's sweating, and that's why he's in great shape even at 80 years old, and he's still able to walk every day. So the point of the matter is that you just want to get your heart rate up for a certain amount of time for that high intensity, then bring it back down so you can recover. And let's go through some specific examples, okay? Workout number one. This is one that you could typically start with. It's just 1 minute on, 4 minutes off. Okay, and this ratio is not set in stone, but it's a good one to start with. You start out with 4 minutes at a 3 out of 10. And that's going to be different for everyone, but it's just normal walking, slowly kind of warming up. And then for 1 minute, you're going to jump it up to an 8 out of 10. And again, this is different for everyone, but you want to be pushing yourself during this intensity period. And a good test is called the talk test. If you could talk to someone and hold a conversation during this time, you're not going fast enough. You want to be going at a high enough pace that you cannot comfortably hold a conversation. And for some people, this would be all out jogging or whatever it is, a brisk walk, whatever you're comfortable with. Then you're going to drop it back down for the recovery period or the rest period. And this rest period is very important because it allows you to really push yourself in the next high intensity period. So 4 more minutes down low, recovering, getting your heart rate back down, and then you're going to go for another high intensity interval for 1 minute. And you're going to repeat this throughout your whole 30-minute walk. If you typically walk for an hour, doing interval walking, you would typically only need half an hour because it's a lot more intense and you'll burn a lot more calories even in that half hour of interval walking than you would in a full hour of walking at the same pace. Workout number two would be, we call it 50-50. You could walk for 2 minutes at a 3 out of 10 and then bump it up to 8 out of 10 for the next 2 minutes, and you alternate this for the rest of your walk. So this 50-50 ratio of high intensity to low intensity is obviously more challenging than the 4-to-1 ratio in the first workout, but it's good to switch it up. It's also good to switch up the time. For example, you don't need to stick to this 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off. You could easily do 1 minute of low intensity, 1 minute of high intensity, or 5 minutes of low intensity, 5 minutes of high intensity. And I actually recommend switching it every single time. At least switch one thing. Switch the ratio or switch the time every time so that your body's always guessing. And believe it or not, just switching the time from 1 minute to 2 minutes will have a big impact. Even though the ratio is the same, it's just a way to keep your body guessing so you don't get used to it and avoid the plateau. I also recommend changing the route. Try not to walk the same route every time because that gets boring. And you don't want to get in a routine of doing the same thing because that's how your body adapts and gets used to it, and the results will plateau. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it. My question to you is, how often do you walk? I'm curious to know. Leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.